like and subscribe. What are you most afraid of as a guy? Neurodegenerative diseases. Just about anything else I can face, but this scares me more than any other form of death. It's like dying extremely slowly, losing who you are as a person, until you're a corpse just going through the motions of life. Losing my self-sufficiency. Age, illness, injury. It's coming for me someday, unless I'm very lucky and it scares the out of me. My dad having a heart attack and no one being there to help him. Testicular torsion. I have zero safety net. If I lose my job, or fall on hard times in general, I'm screwed. Most of my friends from high school are broke, have families, etc. I also grew up in a poor neighborhood. Same with most of my family. My mother is a drug addict. My father was never around, and he died back in 2010. So, if things go south, it's back to sleeping in my car. I'm thankful I have a car at least. But, I'm afraid of going back. It was tough before. But the older I get, the less I'm sure I'll make it next time. It's a strength at times, to keep going when all I want to do is give up. I know I won't have anyone to fall back on, so I push through. Disabled vet, can't take most physical jobs out there like I used to be able to, which of course doesn't help the mental aspect. And I just got laid off, have an interview in a couple days. It's not all gloom and doom. But, you did ask about fears. So, it's only natural I stay on topic. Being somebody else's security relationship. Romantic or platonic. Growing up, I often found myself in the comforter role with people. This is great, until you start to realize how few people will be there for you when you're the one in need. You start to wonder if you're valued for you, or if you're only as valuable as the support you offer. It is also hard, because I sometimes feel that even with women that I'd like to build more than just friendship with, I am so emotionally available early on. I think sometimes that works against me, because many perceive some kind of connection between masculinity and emotional stoicism. I am approachable. I don't pretend to be anything other than what I am. I do the things I love, and I talk about what matters to me. And the hope is that in time, I'll meet friends and love interests that want to be around that person. But right now, nobody seems interested. And that is fine, because I'd rather sell who I am without any bias than to be valued for an act I play. But if I don't have that wow factor, if it is what is on the inside that does not appeal to women or friends, then it makes me feel insecure about their motives for being with me. In high school, a girl once told me I'd make great husband material, after everyone has had their fun and wants to settle down. I have heard a few variations of this since, and it always makes me think, is what is wrong with me now? So what is my worth? Will I be loved for who I am? Or will someone come along one day and see the life I've worked hard to build, and the security I might have, and think it'll work? This fear has been multiplied by the two relationships I did have. Both girls came from horrific family situations. Neither had any kind of real support system, and so I became the friend, the parent, the therapist, and the person they modeled their own personalities on. But I could not get that emotional support back. And I quickly realized both times that my personality was not really all that important to them. As long as I could pose for social media pictures and play the role of secure boyfriend, my identity did not matter. What I wanted did not matter. It felt like I had finally gotten the girl, but sacrificed myself. When my peers and I are headed to our 30s and PR's pool of options gets smaller, will someone cling to me like a life raft to ensure they don't end up alone? I want authentic love. I want to be totally down for someone for who they are, and I want to be loved for who I am, and not just for the role I can fill, or the security I give. I'm more than a provider. This is my biggest insecurity. Ending up alone. I have resigned myself to trying to focus on my education and my career instead of women, but it has made me develop something of a negative opinion of myself in terms of being a partner. It has been so long since a girl has shown genuine romantic interest in me, and I worry that I am letting my only chance of being in a relationship pass me by. So UHH ending up alone, yeah. Being in a group of people, and knowing him not truly wanted there. Edit 1, thank you all for 1000. Falling back into the pit of addiction. Being alone. The Dutch. There's only two things I hate. Racial intolerance and the Dutch. Wasting my life due to depression. Being a leech on those I love. False accusations. Getting my balls caught on a barbed wire fence while running naked through the woods. Being captured and tortured by a cartel. Dying early. Being homeless. I am severely depressed and haven't been. Forget. Quick to anger. If depression is a disease, I feel like it is winning most of the time. Connors. Small hands and smell like cabbage. Also, dying before I know my wife and kids are financially secure. Also, dying before I know my wife and kids are financially secure. Have you considered cooking crystal meth? Failing to protect my daughter. Edit, thanks for the poor friends. Failure. Not finding love. Failing my son. Biting into an apple and pulling my teeth out. Or standing behind a door when someone opens it quickly and ripping all my toenails 90% off. The scene in E.T. where E.T. pops out of the cornfield screaming. I'd say my flirting being misinterpreted as being creepy. As we all know, the line between flirting and being a creep is if she finds you attractive or not. So as an unattractive male, it weighs heavily in my mind. Divorce lawyers. Being considered scary or a creep. I'm a 6 feet 8 inches 227, muscular black guy. The amount of women that have clutched purses or children when I've walked into to get a cupcake has made me want to cry. I'm legitimately an INFP personality type and very socially awkward. I have no friends, so there's this conscious effort to not scare or creep anyone out, because I don't talk much. I'm single right now solely because I'm shy around people, something that no one expects, until they hang out with me, and then it's like I see what you mean. Basically, I'm most afraid of people being afraid of me. A fire in the house when my dog is home alone. I'm absolutely terrified of spiders. Being a guy, everyone asks me to kill/remove bugs, but I literally can't with spiders. Never having my own place. The pressures of being a provider in the future, especially in this/future economy. I'm afraid of one of two things. 1. I wake up to find that no one remembers who I am. 2. That I discover my friends were only friends with me to have someone to laugh at when I'm not around. Pretending, and if I left they'd be happy. That's what I dealt with in school. Living out the rest of my life alone. Being worthless, being alone. Generally, I think the first begets the second, and that is pretty scary. Showing true feelings. Saying the wrong thing and ruining my life. Or ruining my chances with someone. Like a handful of words can end your entire future if you're not careful. Not being able to take care of myself financially. People, sounds weird, but I have just become so antisocial, but I legitimately cannot stand being around other people anymore. So I try to avoid at all costs. I Google the hours of businesses and go when they are not busy. I have disconnected from most of my friends. I don't play video games with voice comms anymore. That my craniosynostosis surgery scar is actually where some sort of secret cabal secretly implanted a chip in my brain as a baby, using surgery for an own condition to maintain plausible deniability, and that they're using the chip to control my behavior without my knowledge. Obviously I know that's a totally irrational fear, but the concept of brain chips just freaks me out, man. Elon Musk can shove his tiny Neuralink thing up his. Go ahead and roast me for all that BTW, I know full well it's nuts. They don't need brain chips to manipulate your every move. Modern society is 100% mind control. Being forgotten. I know everyone will be eventually. At some point after your death someone will think about you, talk about you, will speak your name for the very last time. It is an inevitable reality, but it is still scary to think about. Being falsely accused of redacted. Had a woman at work falsely accuse a man he was innocent and his entire life was ruined off of a lie. Job, got, wife, divorced, kids taken off of him. You've been visited by the ghost of a very important man. Pay your respects by liking and subscribing, and he'll grant you 3 weeks of good luck.